I am starting an apprenticeship in my second language in less than a month. Are you kidding me? I don't know if I can do this, guys. I'm so afraid. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. So if you know, you know, but if you don't know, I am a Canadian. I'm living abroad in Germany, and in April, I'm starting my physiotherapy apprenticeship in Germany in German. And here's the thing, like, I know it's starting in April. I've accepted that, I've understood that, but somehow it didn't really click. And then yesterday afternoon, it hit me like a brick wall. And I was just thinking to myself, I am starting an apprenticeship in my second language in less than a month? Are you kidding me? So basically, all of yesterday afternoon and evening, I was just like freaking out. My heart rate was rising. It took like hours for my heart rate to come back down because I was just so nervous. And here's the thing, and I don't know if this is good or not, but I think I work pretty well under pressure. So I am really feeling the pressure now, and last night I studied German for like 4 hours straight because I really want this, guys. I really want to actually achieve this apprenticeship in German. I really want to finish it and to do well in it. And so I am gonna work my butt off. So that is the theme of today's vlog, getting myself back into my previous student mode. I have not been a student for a few years. Gosh, it's been a long time since I've been a student. After I finished high school in Canada, I took a gap year and just worked, and then the year after that, I went to college. I was going to do like the registered nursing program in Alberta, and I did a year of just the, I can't remember what you call it. I'll put it on the screen. It's like the beside classes, like not the actual nursing classes, but things like psychology, anatomy, microbiology, things like that. I took all those classes for a year, and then the next year I didn't even get into the program. But it's okay because I moved to Germany anyways. So that was like 4 years ago? Oh my gosh! Or was it even longer ago? How old am I? What year is it? I graduated in 2015. Oh wow. I've been out of high school for 7 years. Yeah, okay, so it's been like 5 years since I was at school. Like a proper, like, college, university atmosphere. So the program that I will be doing isn't like a traditional Ausbildung. So I'm not like studying in Germany because I'm not going to university, but physiotherapy is, I would say, in the gray zone because there is so much studying involved. Like the first year is just intense classes, just intense knowledge classes. And I need to prepare myself for that. I think it's kind of funny because I know what classes I will be having already, and I think the one class that I'm the most nervous about is probably the class that everybody else is just gonna like breeze by without a problem. This class is communications, and I'm nervous about it just because it's like the subject is the German language. But nonetheless, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys what my plans are for this next month to prepare myself as much as humanly possible before my apprenticeship starts. So for the last few months or so, I was reading The Fault in Our Stars in German as like my main source of studying. I would consider that definitely to be like a youth level of reading, and it was actually really good. By the end of the book, I was able to read it quite fluently with looking up a few words here and there, and now I have accelerated to an adult level reading. So I am currently working through Into the Wild. I only started this like last week, And so far I'm on like the second chapter, and I have already filled out all of these words that I didn't know that I came across in the book. I filled out full piece of paper, back and front, 3 columns, and I've already started on my second piece of paper. So this is exactly what I did at the beginning of the last book that I read, and it's really nice to see the progress because there has been a lot of progress. You know, me starting this book, even though it's a higher level, was the same as when I started the last book, which was at a lower level. So I'm really hoping that by the time I finish this book, my reading will be up to par enough that I can keep up with my classes. So this book has 18 chapters. So far I am on the second chapter. My goal is to read a chapter a day, depending on how long they are, but around a chapter a day. And then in 16 days, I should be finished this book. So that's about 2 weeks, and then I have some more time. And I have noticed in this book, especially compared to the last book, the chapters are a bit shorter. So like the second chapter is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages, which is manageable. It also kind of helps because every chapter has like a map in it, which makes you feel like you're reading more, but really you're just like skipping over that page because it has a map. Without further ado, let us begin. I need my other piece of paper. Okay, alright.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing.
Alright, so I've done some reading now, and I'll share with you guys like how I'm approaching it so I don't get too overwhelmed or like burnt out, but I still want to hustle. So I will literally only read 1 paragraph at a time, but I mean, you can see a whole page is only 2 paragraphs. So I'll read a paragraph, translate the words I don't know, and then reread that paragraph. And then honestly, like every page, I will take a 5-minute break before starting the next one, just because I don't want to get too overwhelmed. I totally wasn't doing nothing for the last few hours. I feel like yesterday I was hyperactive, like I don't even know, I was working so hard for so long, and today I just feel so drained. I don't know why. I don't know why. My energy levels right now are so low. So I think, you know, because of that, I don't want to like push myself too hard that I have a mental breakdown again. So so I think what I'm gonna do now is just watch like a film or something, but in German. So I'm still like working on my German, but it's not as mentally draining as reading a really difficult text. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing next. Alright, so before I sign off for the day, I wanted to share with you guys the other things that I have been doing the last few days to really try and prepare myself as much as possible. And one of those things is an old book that I started, and I really didn't like the beginning of it, but now I'm getting back into it. So it is this one, German Grammar Drills. Here's the thing, I really didn't like the first chapter is literally determining the gender of a word. And in German there are no rules for that. Like, there are some rules, but they're so twisted and like inconsistent that I just it was so annoying to me. But I've skipped through that and just gone on to like other like actual grammar lessons within the book, and I'm liking it a bit more. So it definitely does start at more of a beginner's like knowledge base for German. The chapter that I'm working on is about nominative cases, and then of course it goes through nominative, accusative, dative, genitive, which is like some of the first things that you are learning as a German student. But let me tell you, I struggle with them so much all the time. So I think it'll be really good for me to review it and make sure I have a really firm foundation in like the basics of my language learning, so that when I get to the more advanced things, I have an easier time with it. So this is another thing that I'm working on. And then there's two other things that I'm working on: writing and speaking. Speaking I'm doing consistently. I'm speaking a lot more German with my husband now, and then also with my in-laws. I only speak German to them, ever. We don't speak English anymore. And then also writing is just really important. But writing for me has always been really difficult in German. I don't know why. I mean, that's probably for a lot of people, and for everybody, they probably have one thing that they really struggle with. For me, it's writing. I just can't get myself to do it. So I'm really trying to encourage myself to write as much as I can right now. Yeah. And like, I don't want to push myself too hard right now because I don't want to get like burnt out or anything. But at the same time, I know that if I don't push myself now, I'm going to suffer later. And I don't want to suffer while I'm actually in my classes, supposed to be learning. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I don't know if I can do this, guys. I'm so afraid, but we'll work through it. I was telling my husband last night, like, oh, what if I get kicked out of classes because I don't understand enough of the stuff? So I have been really loving your guys' support lately. It has been very encouraging to me. And for the future, I'm not like 100% sure how it's going to really play out with YouTube, if I'm going to be able to make 2 videos a week still while I'm in classes. I don't know. That really depends on how overwhelmed I am when I start school. And so we will have to determine that later. I will for sure be posting at least 1 video a week though. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any more ideas on like studying techniques or things that I could try to make writing a little bit less painful, then please leave it down in the comments. And thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me. It has been a crazy journey so far, and we are just getting started. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!